This video is brought to you by Maypen Educational Centre, catering to evening CSEC classes and chess classes. Call 876-337-7374 or 876-775-6692. We got you covered preparing for exams. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are across the globe. I hope you are doing well, and welcome to Reggae Boyz Commentary. This is the channel where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. If you're on the island, I hope that you're staying safe. I know for some persons in the island, you're looking outside and you're like, hold on, where's the rain? And you don't see the rain. You might have seen just a drizzle all day. And guess what? Nobody at all. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. But this will pass very, very soon. And we give thanks and we're grateful that it's going westward. So the Cayman Islands and Cuba are likely to be affected when it transforms, or you could say transitions, into a hurricane. But what we can say is that for now, on the island, it's an overcast. And let's hope that everyone is safe and sound when the storm passes. And look, this is just my thoughts on the matter. You know, if you want to say that I'm being lackadaisical or not taking it seriously, but it's not true. What I'll say is this. And you see I'm talking and taking this seriously because I have on my glasses. And it's basically this. The wind speed of a storm, depression, and a hurricane are different strengths. Does that mean it should be taken lightly? No, but my point is the wind speed and intensity of a storm versus a hurricane are two different things. So I honestly don't understand the mad rush to go to the supermarket to buy everything on the shelves. That is not something that I don't want to say condone with, but I don't see the need. Just like when there is one COVID case in the country and then there's no champs, you know? So I don't think there's any need to panic. Of course, you can prepare to make sure that you have the basic supplies that you need. Absolutely. But you don't need to buy out at the supermarket. When there's one COVID case on the island, you need to buy out all this hand sanitizers on the platform or on the aisle. That wasn't necessary. But that's just my thoughts about the matter. That's how I genuinely feel. And didn't think that it was necessary for certain individuals to do that. So let's now look at something from another perspective. Now, let's talk from football. IS Abdi, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay, thanks. Argentina did Tuesday. Let me tell you something. Anyhow, Jamaica defeats Argentina, it will be a day to be remembered. Trust me. Trust me. That will be a day to remember. I'm telling you guys right now. Kevin Williams, how are you doing, sir? I hope you're doing well. All of the players have arrived. Well, here's the thing. If you're going from the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston towards Newark in New Jersey, you need to understand that there's no straight flight between Norman Manley and Newark uh, on airlines such as the international airlines. But on Caribbean, there's one direct flight to Newark, and that is on a, well, not Newark, but JFK. In terms of flights to Newark, you'd have to stop somewhere. So that means that you have to, I don't want to say transit, but they have a domestic flight after that. So if you're going from Kingston to Newark, the reality is that you're going to have to transit. Well, you're going to have to. It's one stop and then you arrive at that destination. So the reality is that the delegation is still en route and Newark bound. So that is something that needs to be specifically spoken about. So that's something that we can all bear in mind in that situation. Big up Simon. Hope you're doing a vipping for you one. Simon, the truth and more says, any update on Marcus Edwards? So the reality of the situation with Marcus Edwards is that there has not been contact from the Jamaican Football Federation towards Marcus. Squid, the reality is that from Norman Manley International Airport, there's not a lot of non-stop destinations. You have Fort Lauderdale, Miami, New York, London, Atlanta, St. Martin, Georgetown, Port of Spain, St. John's, Bridgetown. There's not a great deal of non-stop flights from Norman Manley. There's a bit more non-stop flights from Donald Sangster, but from Norman Manley International Airport, there's not a whole lot of non-stop flights. So the game is going to be played in New Jersey, and if they were to stop, for example, at JFK, right, that would mean that they would either need another flight to Newark, which I don't wouldn't recommend, or you drive, take the shuttle, Uber, taxi towards Newark in New Jersey. But there is no straight flight at this point in time from Kingston to Newark. And this is commercial flights that we're talking about specifically. Back in the day, American Air Jamaica used to fly to Newark, you know. So I think it's just unfortunate that in terms of that situation, that it just didn't work out. It is what it is, you know. It is what it is. But I personally feel like Caribbean, American Airlines, Air Jamaica was one of the best airlines that ever existed. And it should have been around for longer than it did. But press forward and we'll move on. Let's take some more of your Montego Bay to Newark. Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm aware about that. I was talking from Kingston, and the thing is that most of the delegation was leaving. Most of the local delegation and contingent is from Kingston, and the coach and everything, the team manager and so on. But I'm fully aware that Montego Bay goes to New York, But in terms of Newark, I'm not sure if there's, well, JetBlue goes to Newark from Mobe. I know that for sure. But that's not the flight that the Reggae Boys took. So you're recommending that if they're going to go to Newark, then they should have taken the Knucksford Express from Kingston to Montego Bay Airport and catch the 1 o'clock or the 2 o'clock flight from Montego Bay. No, today's Saturday, and you're leaving on a Saturday. The 2 o'clock flight is only on a Monday and on a Wednesday. Let me bring it up for you guys so that you guys can see it a little bit better and be aware of this in particular. This is the Montego Bay to Newark route, Newark in New Jersey, so that you guys can be fully aware of this situation. So if you look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, the fifth row right here, This is Montego Bay to Newark. No, this one. So 6, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Montego Bay to Newark, right? This is a non-stop route. Mobe to Newark. And as you can see here, this is Sunday, this is Saturday. So there's a 1 o'clock flight, and they would have left at 6 o'clock. So what could have been done, I'm not saying I would have suggested it, because I don't have a problem making a one stop in New York and then New York to Newark, because it's not far. New York City to Newark, New Jersey is not a far distance. With traffic at a push, it's a 1 hour drive. You know what I'm saying? With a shuttle, 45 minutes, 1 hour. So Montego Bay to Newark, they have a 1:14 flight and they land at 6:10. Yeah. If they were to fly during the week, let's say Wednesday, they left out, then they would have arrived at 7 p.m. Right? And this is via JetBlue. So only JetBlue flies to Newark. Caribbean Airlines from Mobile, they only go to JFK. And in addition to that, JetBlue also goes to JFK. United goes to Newark during the week. So that's an option as well, United Airlines, but that is from Mobile. Delta goes to JFK. So those are the options that we can bear in mind where that is concerned. Javon Play says, either Florida or Atlanta, they would have to stop. They could stop at JFK, and if you look at the 8:45 flight that I took this morning, it would be the JetBlue flight, which would have meant a stop at JFK in New York. It's 45 minutes from Newark Airport to New Jersey. Newark is in New Jersey, unless you mean JFK. Because why can't they fly from Montego Bay? But just like I said, Zaba HD, I've made the point already that why would they fly from Montego Bay when the most of the local delegation is already in Kingston? Are you suggesting that they dip into their pocket to go from Kingston to Montego Bay via Knucksford Express and to be able to catch that flight? Because that in itself is an additional expense. I know it means a non-stop flight. I'm fully aware of that. But then you have to bear in mind that for Knucksford Express, sometimes you have to make the reservations or bookings well in advance. You can't just turn up and I'm in Kingston, I want to go to Mobe, That's not something that you can do. And that is the reality of the matter. Bless up, Simon. Stay safe. Hope you're doing well too. They could drive from JFK to New York. Of course. Marcus Mosiah Garvey. That is absolutely realistic. And that is roughly talking about, depending on the time of landing, we're talking about 45 minutes to an hour. You take traffic involved, 1 hour 15, 1 hour 20. So it's something that's realistic. Simon, am I making excuses for JFF Travel Inept? But as I don't understand what you're trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of people in the comments are talking about that the team, and let me make it very clear, not a lot of people left Kingston. Not a lot of people left Kingston. In terms of the staff members that left Kingston this morning, we're talking about the head of the delegation, head coach, assistant coach, team doctor, physios, trainer, press officer, kit man, massage therapist, team manager, another massage therapist, Maren Gordon, the assistant coach. And in terms of the local contingent or players that would have left from Norman Manley International Airport this morning, we're talking about, for an example, Kamar Foster. We're talking about, in addition to him, Jamoy Topi. And guess what? That's it. That is it. And Richard King. Everybody else is coming from their respective club where they're coming from. So when you look at that specifically and you look at that flight schedule in front of them, The vast majority of the delegation did not leave from Norman Manley International Airport this morning. So I don't see what is the problem with going Kingston to JFK, and then from JFK, you take the shuttle, you take the train, you take a bus towards Harrison, New Jersey, where the team will be staying. So I don't see any problem with it at all. I know you guys made the suggestion that, well, if we're going to move forward and try to go to places that are one stop, then perhaps we should have gone through Montego Bay, because Montego Bay has non-stop flights from Montego Bay International, well, Donald Sangster International Airport, going straight to Newark, New Jersey, and that is true. And one shot in terms of a one flight or non-stop flight, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It might not have been done on this occasion, but it is another learning experience. Personally, if, for example, the Jamaican team had a flight, for an example, if they had to play in Boston, for an example, although Jamaica, there we do have straight flights to Boston, Massachusetts, or for an example, Atlanta, Georgia. You know that there's straight flights from Kingston to Atlanta, Georgia. We don't have to go Kingston, Miami, Miami, Atlanta. That's just one flight, because there are airlines that offers that specific route. So that's not something that we have to be worried or concerned or preoccupied about. But as you can see on your screen there are options moving forward from the Montego Bay International Airport. But I'm making it clear that the JFF headquarters is in Kingston, and a lot of the staff, in terms of the support staff, live closer to Kingston than Montego Bay. Some of them might live in Portmore, some live in Spanish Town, some live in Kingston itself, some live in St. Andrew, which is why I don't have a problem leaving from Norman Manley. Your Norman Manley International Airport as well, it's less congestion compared to Donald Sangster. Not saying that I don't want busy airports, because it affects Jamaica tremendously when we have that heavy congestion because of the foreign exchange. So the country benefits that way from the Donald Sangster perspective. So honestly, the Norman Manley International Airport, quicker, smoother. You check in, you go upstairs, you wait to hear your flight boarding time, and then bam, you're good to go. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Tyrone Williams says, I live in New Jersey and fly out of JFK to Jamaica. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Good. Tyrone Williams, message me on WhatsApp, sir. Has Cyprus been looking to recruit Marcus Edwards? At this point in time, Cyprus has not made a formal approach towards Marcus Edwards specifically. What I can say, though, is that they have watched him play, and they are aware of his Jamaican and Cyprus heritage. But at this point in time, Cyprus has not approached the player specifically. Where's Boza now? Still traveling around the world. What do you mean, what happened? I'm just making the point that despite the team not making that non-stop flight, the not going from Mobay to Newark, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Tuffy already says, just join. What's the latest? Ricardo Edwards, he comes into the squad. Ricardo Edwards comes into the squad for the injured Greg Lee. There's no update as it relates to Amari Hutchinson. So it looks like Ricardo Edwards at this point in time is the only new addition to the squad. But in terms of everybody as a group gathering, we're looking at potentially later this evening where everybody comes together as a group as a whole. So we're looking forward to that, and hopefully that is going to be something that we can work on quite so. So yeah, let me read what Badass has to say. So yeah, Mobay is Jamaica too. We have an airport, and stop saying at this point in time like something suddenly chance. What is wrong with saying at this point in time? Because things can change. Things can change in life. There's very few things in this life that are permanent. In this current system of things, there are very few things that are permanent. Very few things. Marcus Mosiah says them not productive if they were proactive if they were going to Mobay. Marcus Mosiah Garvey says would be the call stay overnight, stay in one of the Mobe suites. But they can't fly into JFK and arrange right. Of course they can. Of course. That would be that can be arranged because JFK to New Jersey is less than an hour without traffic. With an hour, could be an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? But what they did that was absolutely brilliant is the airport, well, not the airport, but the hotel that they're staying. The hotel that they're staying in Harrison, New Jersey, is roughly an 8 to 10 minute drive from Red Bull Arena itself. So that is absolutely critical. And when you bear in mind the game is on a Tuesday evening game with when you have a sold out crowd, Jamaican diaspora, Argentine diaspora, people coming together to watch potentially the last time that they're going to see Messi play on North American soil together, you can expect traffic. So they know that they have to leave the hotel 5:30 at a push 6 o'clock to get to the stadium for warm-ups and the final preparation for the game itself. Squid says, I live in New Jersey and it takes me 1 hour to go to JFK and I live 15 minutes from the stadium they're going to play in. Okay. Okay, understood. Understood, Squid. Squid, what you can do is message me on Instagram as well. Really, really appreciate that. New Jersey. They can fly into yeah, of course they can arrange a ride to New Jersey Baggio. Yeah, man, of course. That is something that can be done. Yeah, the team is okay, DJ Lioness. What I wanted to make the point was that in terms of flying, many people in the comments were making the point that why didn't we fly from Montego Bay? Because Montego Bay has non-stop flights to Newark. Kingston, Norman Manley International Airport, does not. So many people were saying, why not be proactive moving forward? So, all right, let's plan this, guys. Let's plan this out. All right. We're going to talk about this right now. And I'm going to bring it up for you guys at this point in time as well. Let's say Jamaica gets to play Chile in November in Sheffield. There's no straight flights from Jamaica to Sheffield. I'm telling you guys right now, there's no straight flights from Kingston or Montego Bay International Airport to Sheffield in England. Sheffield is located in Yorkshire, right? Just bear that in mind. So when you process that, they have to transit. Have to. Montego Bay, New York, Sheffield, or Kingston, Gatwick, and you take the train up north. Guys, I want you all to be aware that there are certain places in the world that you cannot go nonstop unless you get a charter flight. So bear that in mind. From JFK to New York is like Trelawney to Mobay. It's not bad. An hour at a push. Simon, any changes to the squad? Ricardo Thomas comes in for Greg Lee. As it relates to any other potential changes at this point in time, no. If there are any injuries in the squad between now and Tuesday, then we'll have to wait and see. But because of the lack of time between now and Tuesday, it may mean that we'll have to work with, if one player gets injured, they might have to work with the 22 or 21 players. We have 4 goalkeepers. So, in a 23-player squad. So 19 outfield players. And we know for sure 10 outfield players are going to take the field and 9 outfield players are going to be on the bench. And honestly, I don't expect 9 outfield players to play. That is on the bench. Probably 3 or 4 or 5. So JFK and LaGuardia are in Queens. From Queens to Jersey is a little drive. If they go to either of these airports, they should have a Greyhound or a shuttle to bring them to Jersey. Jason Gooden says JFF need to try seek airline sponsorship. You know, Jason, this is what we had for the '98 campaign with and Bernie Moyes, Captain Horace Burrell negotiated this. And this is the reason why Jamaica played a friendly like almost every month, even in the middle of the qualifying campaign. We played matches in Zambia. We played matches in South America. We had friendly matches in Central America. We had friendly matches in Europe, Sweden, Norway. Jamaica had matches, yeah, all over the place. Simon, you let it sound like the team is in Jamaica still. I never made that known at all. I've never said that. I'm not sure if you tuned in at the start of the video or at the middle of this video or at this point in time, but I said that the 8:45 flight from Kingston, Jamaica, heads to JFK, not to Newark. Newark and JFK is roughly an hour drive, maybe 45 minutes. Yeah. Cool, bro. I understand, bro. No problem. We'll be in touch. Jarvis Paris says, big up, Simon. Big up. Hope you're good. Simon, set standards. We're an international football team. Money have to spend. Of course. Of course. Absolutely, my friend. But I'm telling you that when we call up teams, the bulk of our players are already playing overseas. So the delegation that leaves Jamaica, you're talking about coaching staff, technical staff, physios, massage therapists, kitman, team manager, head of delegation, and 2 or 3 players apply their trade in the local Premier League. Yes, I'm not saying that we're supposed to say, oh, let's put them on 4 or 5 flights. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying the distance between New York and New Jersey, it's not big. It's not like we land in New York and we have a game at Toronto. Now, I'd be really, really surprised. Honestly, I would. Neither do I. Yeah, so just shoot me a message on IG. Why the delegation so large? Some of them can work from home. Zaba HD, you know that the best teams in the world have the largest delegations, right? When France won the World Cup in 2018, they had a delegation of 55. And they didn't have one analyst, they had 3. One as a video analyst, one for data, and one match analyst. That's where we need to go, if you ask me. And for a squad of 23 at the 2018 World Cup, they carried 5 massage therapists. So just bear that in mind. Less time to go around. So if each massage therapist is working with a player, and that means that it won't be a long time before each person gets another round. So they'll be able to get through quite quickly. So each massage therapist works on and does the physio work for 5 players a day. JFK to Harrison, New Jersey is not far. That is no big deal. Agreed. Let's hassle to do travel in Jamaica than do connections and travel when you reach here. The airports are terrible. Hundreds of flights get cancelled or delayed daily. Where are you talking about? Not Kingston. Not Norman Manley. Not at all. Haven't faced that. Shamar Nicholson is in the Northeast of the United States of America. Wes Harding is not in the squad. Not in the squad at all. You need to know the fans are business personnel and we can offer assistance. I run an Airbnb and I could house 3 players for a Mobay flight for free. For Mobay, for free in Mobay. You could house players in Mobay, that is what you're saying? You could give them accommodation in Mobay? That's a good idea, actually. Yeah. Honestly, no, I don't expect him to start, but do I expect him to feature at some point? I do. My Airbnb is 24 hours security with pool and gym, and the players are good if they use it. Marcus Mosiah Garvey. That's brilliant. What's the name of it? Give me your number. Send it on Instagram. Send it on Instagram. Yeah. I want that information to pass it on. Yes, Echo Weeks, they've arrived in the United States, but Newark, we have to wait till everybody converges together. Good evening. How are you? Ricardo Edwards? Or Marcus Edwards? Did I say Ricardo Edwards? I'm talking about Marcus Edwards, honestly. Big up everyone just checking in. Big deal, Len. Nothing bad happened. I was making the point to you, well, to everyone in the chat, that it's not the end of the world if the team arrives at the JFK airport, even though from Kingston, normally there's no straight flights to Newark and New Jersey. There might be straight flights from Obey, which is fine, but the distance between New York and New Jersey is not far. Oh, Ricardo Thomas, I'm talking. Ricardo Thomas is a left back. And remember, he played over in that tour of Austria. He played left back in that game against Morocco and against Qatar as well. Yeah. It's a longer ride from Kingston to Mobay than it is from JFK to the hotel. Thank you, Rob Smith. Thank you. Kingston to Mobay is 2 hours and 50 minutes drive. Unless unless you're a Alex Powell or a Peter Moody or a Zoom Zoom Ray that can drive super fast and be there in an hour and 45 minutes. Simon JFK to R. Huh? Have the players started making their way? Absolutely. Kiara says, big up, Simon. Big up. Maps just posted, so he's there. Yeah, of course, because remember, Maps is not coming from Kingston. Maps has been there since Friday. Maps has been there since Friday, so that's nothing for you guys to be worried or concerned about. So, yeah, we can be certain that the players are assembling today and working hard to get everything done and dusted. So we're certain that everything will fall into place quite shortly, and all the players will be by at least this evening. Everybody in camp and together and working hard. So it's a good look. It is a good look. But yeah, Maps was in the arrived yesterday, so it's Friday. Yeah, and yeah, training at the New York Red Bulls Academy field today. Yeah, that's true. Bose has been there a couple of days. JFK to Harrison, New Jersey is a not an hour drive. I live like 5 minutes from Red Bull Arena. Is about an hour and 5 minute drive. Okay, you live 5 minutes from Red Bull Arena. Winston Fowling. Hope you're good, man. Thank you for your support, man. Much appreciated. Drop away a message. Drop away a message, man. Would really, really appreciate it, man. Tuffy Roddy, where does Ricardo currently play? Ricardo Thomas currently plays in the local Premier League in Jamaica. That's right. We certainly remember him for when he was at Greenwich Town. Remember him at Newlands. Remember him at Lions United, Marvel Hughenden. And now, Waterhouse Football Club, you know. So he's been around the block a bit. He's 32 now. So yeah. So he will fight with Amari Bell for that position. So yeah. Yeah, but we're sold out Jamaica. Yeah. Number one guy says, what are the changes? Ricardo Thomas in, Greg Lee out. Hey guys, like up the live. Really appreciate it. What's the latest update on the squad? Because it seems like injury going against the Reggae Boyz. Ricardo Thomas in. And Greg Lee out. 45 minutes to hour. Yeah. 45 minutes to hour. Marcus Mazzai, you've traveled around the globe, you know? You've been around the block a bit, a fair bit, I should say. If there's construction going on at nighttime, the ride can be even up to an hour and a half. As expected. Shamar reached from like Thursday, so that is true. Why they keep investing in Ricardo Thomas? I don't see any improvement from the player. Well, this is his chance. This is his chance. This is his chance. Who is another right back option? Right back other than Javane Brown to the squad specifically? Well, Maps can play there, but I don't think he will. So you have Maps that can play there. Javane Brown and Maps at a push. At a push, Damien Lowe. Yeah. So yeah. Any updates on Damari Gray? Damari Gray, his documents have not been. Yeah. So yeah. Respect. Eager Public says, just checking in. Big up. Is Richard King in the USA? I'll double check that for you, sir. Simon, I think you should put in the headline of this video. I have. Trust me, guys. If there is a further update about Damari Gray, there will be a separate video. There will be a separate video. Trust me. So you'll see. So I'm telling you this as a fact. There is a further update. You all will know it. Will know. Simon's Reggae Boyz used to use a police escort when they moved around Jamaica. Simon, direct flights into JFK is fine, but don't take a chance with connected flights. I agree. I hear what you're saying, and I know the dangers that it poses. I'm fully aware of that. I myself have missed flights in the United States to outside of the United States because of how crazy check-in can be again for your connecting flight to go through immigration again and security. I know exactly what you're referring to. I really do. I'm just grateful that New York and New Jersey are so close to each other. Cool. Much appreciated, man. So yeah. So that's something that we can bear in mind for sure. Sunflower says, also there are bus lanes at specific points that make it easier to travel. Are you referring to specifically arriving in New York? Interesting. Yeah, apologies. Apologies for that. The gremlins were with us. Also, there are bus lanes. All right, let's see what Eagle Republic has to say here. And I bring back up the Montego Bay route so that you guys can be able to see and be aware of it specifically. And that you guys can be able to choose and see for yourself that, there's some places in the world you're not going to get non-stop flights. And that's the reality. Are JPL players match fit, or are we going to see the likes of Jamoy Topi cramping up on the field? Well, they're not in season, are they? They're not in season. Carter Thomas has been transferred to Dunbeholden. That is correct, Bad Gaza, 100%. Yeah. We need Greg Lee, but Greg Lee is not fit. Will you be in New Jersey on Tuesday? Depends. Yeah, pick me up from the airport at JFK. Hey, if you pick me up from JFK, then we can talk. Good afternoon, Simon. JFK to Red Bull Arena is going to be way more than now. Yeah, but remember, the players, when they land at JFK, they're not going to Red Bull Arena, they're going to the hotel. Simon, they couldn't find a flight for Norman Manley Airport to Newark. No, Norman Manley to Newark there's no straight flight. Wingston, look on the screen right now and look at the flights there. That's Mobay to JFK non-stop flights, all right? Kingston to Newark, you need to stop at JFK. So just look at this for a moment and give me your thoughts. Let me hear what you guys have to say about that. So, what are you guys' thoughts about that? No, there's no reason for that given. Speedy recovery, yes. Hopefully in 6 weeks we'll be able to see him. Depends on traffic, 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's the reality. And hopefully that everything happens quite smoothly. And how is Simon Jaja? Malik Howell? Besides Bermuda, are there other federations calling on college players like Jamaica? Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands calls up players from their college, from college. Yeah. If Mattox returns to a club, scores goals, then I see him possibly, possibly making Gold Cup 2023 squad. Thomas is not that young. Yeah, he's 32. Smash the like button. Big up the program, guys. Hit the like button, guys. Let's go. Hit the like button. The game is 7 p.m. Jamaica time, so that's 8 p.m. in New Jersey. Sunflower says, yes, Simon. I see Cristiano Romero has finally received his US visa and will be available for the game. That's good news, isn't it? Very good news. So at least we know one person there. And my sources indicate that Messi will take the field against Jamaica. Will he play the whole 90? I'm not sure, but it is expected. Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah. Fight with Amari Bell for which position? Did I say fight? I didn't say fight. I said challenge. Carla Thomas is 32, my friend. 32 years of age. Really? Okay. Well, private message Reggae Boyz commentary on Instagram or Facebook, and we can talk there. All right, Ty? Cool, cool. 24? You think Marin Gordon is not the best fit for our national team? If you give me my honest opinion, if I am to give my honest opinion, I think that he is a coach with potential. I personally just prefer to see him at the youth level because he has the success he has garnered at youth level, not only at schoolboy level, but with the girls as well. One of Jamaica's best ever finish at a CONCACAF Women's Championship at under 17 level came with him when Jamaica finished fourth. So I just think that at youth level, to go there, succeed, win Jamaica a CONCACAF Youth Championship. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. But lets him learn from Jaime Helgrimson and carry that over to youth football. Best's documentary says, bless up, Simon, bless up. Yeah, man, the man at 33, the man at 33, the man at 33. Yeah, Ty, so just private message Reggae Boyz commentary on IG or Facebook. Could give Alvas another try. Buffering. 32. I thought he was young. Why is he in the team? Okay. Malik Howell. Hmm. Yeah. I got you. I hear you. What are your thoughts with the new coach and stuff? Be happy with the flight arrangement for this game? I wouldn't. I would say on a scale 1 to 10, they would probably give it an 8 or a 9, honestly, because like I said, it's one stop, and one stop is not a big deal. 2 stops, it starts to get on your nerves, and 3 stops is like, because yeah, I've taken 4 flights in one day. I've taken 4 flights in one day. I've gone from Martinique to Guadeloupe, Guadeloupe to Dominican Republic, Dominican Republic to Turks and Caicos Islands, Turks and Caicos Islands to Kingston. And I still arrived in the country before 3 o'clock. How did Argentina do outside of the results? The performance itself, you can see that they're still tightening up on certain screws on the pitch. Defensively, they weren't tested in a great deal. What is the next game for Jamaica after Tuesday? Do you see us playing more friendlies? The potential remains for a friendly in November against Chile. We'll have to wait and see if that will be confirmed, but that is something on the cards, possibly. They're showing what's the status of the team. Everyone there know who missed their flight, who stayed. Patrick Cunningham. Here's the situation. The situation is this. Earlier, I was making the point that, well, people in the comments were making the point that there's a straight flight from Montego Bay to JFK. Not to JFK, but to Newark. There are no straight flights from Kingston to Newark, New Jersey. So the delegation that left today would have had a stop at JFK and then, of course, JFK to Newark. And many people are saying, well, okay, why didn't we go from Mobay to Newark, New Jersey, right? I remember I said Newark, New Jersey. Not New York, but Newark, because there's a non-stop flight there. What I'm saying is that New York, New Jersey, so close, 45 minutes to an hour drive, it's not a big deal, honestly. It really isn't a big deal, especially in a country like the United States. That is the third largest in the entire world. Honestly, it's fine. I think in terms of population, isn't USA like the second largest country in the world by population? Yeah. If you like countries in the world by population, well, I know for sure, well, USA will be third in the world in terms of population. Of course, you have China and India. So USA is third where that is concerned. You have Indonesia fourth, Pakistan fifth, Nigeria sixth, Brazil seventh, Bangladesh eighth, Russia ninth, and of course Mexico in the top 10. Yeah. United States have over 300 million people. India 1.3 billion, China 1.4, but it's anticipated at some point that you will have a situation where India is going to pass China in terms of population. In terms of size, you have, of course, Russia as the largest in the world, 17 million kilometers. Canada is the second largest country in the world. And of course, you have China and the United States, largest English-speaking country in the world. So yeah. Simon, is it the female team or the male team that plays Chile in the next friendly? The female team were supposed to play Chile, but I don't think that friendly is on. But the male team, it's possible in November that there were November 9 in Sheffield. So there's a possibility there. So we'll keep close tabs on that for sure. We'll keep you all updated on how that goes. PR? What does that mean? I would not be surprised if I see Albert Fall and Peter Livas walking out the tunnel with the rest of the squad. Sure. Yeah, man. To give the guy high fives? Maybe. I don't see Albert Paul making back this Reggae Boyz team. Really? I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me if he's in the squad for the World Cup. It wouldn't. Judah Michael Elliott says it would be good for a local coach to understudy Halgrimson and his coaching team while they're in contract here. Yeah, I mean, that's what Marin Gordon is going to do. He's going to be that person that will act in a sense like that individual that will come through, work hard. And yeah. So I expect Marin Gordon to learn from Coach Halgrimson to a T. I see that as a possibility. The Grant final team is it? Are you referring to Anthony Grant specifically? No, Anthony Grant has not penned down a team yet. There is an offer. There's a team, I should say, that is interested in him, but the reality is that we don't want to see Anthony Grant playing in the National League, do we? I think he should be at a League One club. That's where I personally think that he can play. Okay, Kevin says Alvis Paul must not even be near enough stadium that Jamaica play, much less on the same pitch. Wow, you feel strongly about this, don't you? You feel very, 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 very strong about this. Wow. So yeah. 155 says Simon, we don't need college players in the national team. Jamaica is the only country to do that. Yeah, other CFU teams do it. It's not something that I support. Look, if it's one player or at a push two players, I can accept it. But an entire 20, no. But one or two, because I'm not expecting Malik Howell to touch the field. That's not I don't have an expectation for that to happen. So yeah. 8 out of 10 is a passing grade. Yeah. I believe Hall graduated from college. Yeah, he did. Do you think Jamaica will give them more defensive challenge compared to 2015? Yeah. Do you know of any potential games for the Reggae Girls coming up? USA playing the 7th and the 11th. It's in the works. There's their plans potentially, but the players themselves don't have any update as it relates to October camp just yet right now. So it shows that there's nothing concrete setting stone right now. Do you think West Harding was deserving of a call up? If it was at 23, yeah. I would call up West Harding, but him not being there, it's not like I don't feel disappointed that he's not there, if you understand what I mean. But yeah, I would have certainly have had him in the 23. That is correct, Ronnie. Scaloni says that he didn't want to risk the ball in the Honduras game. He said the player must suit up for the Jamaica game. Paulo Dybala. You need Alves Paul and Mars during that Argentina match. I don't think there's oxygen on Mars, if somebody can correct me. You would rather 11 JPL player play than see Alves Paul back in a Reggae Boyz shirt. Really? That's how strongly you feel about him. I see. College players should not be in a team. As I said, if it's one or two, it's fine. These are not the college players I would pick personally. I would only include one college player in the team, and that would be Damani Ozzy. That would be the only college player I would have in the team. And it's not for him to play, it's about him to learning from experienced veterans. Dean Richards was in the Jamaica team when he was in college. He wasn't no first team player in the early 2000s, but guess what? He was somebody that I know that, all right, and you're just learning. He's just in there to learn. I heard or saw that the coach said he already think he know his starting 11. Of course, productive. I saw Wendell Downsville with the team at the airports. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Paulo Dybala experienced a left flexor problem during warm-ups and was excluded during the Honduras game. His situation has since been determined as a minor by the medical staff. Yeah, so honestly, I have an expectation that he will be taking the field for that game, you know? So yeah. Simon, the best defender for the championship, Hector. Have him find a club, something not right. Why Darren Moore can't give him a contract? If it was up to Darren Moore himself, he would bring in Hector, but the club is dealing with some financial situations that they have to fix. Because even Anthony Grant, he was keen to bring in Anthony Grant in the summer, but there were so many midfielders that he would have to get out before bringing Anthony Grant in. So that was one of the reasons. Well, he hasn't officially come out and said it, but he did say that this was his last World Cup qualifying campaign. I mean, you're talking about the early 2000s, times have changed. I'm not sure which point specifically you're referring to, but yeah. But yeah, guys, this is where we are in this situation. I'm not sure if you guys were aware, but there has been an update that the Meteorological Service Division has declared that a tropical storm watch for Jamaica has been discontinued. And this was a release bulletin that was sent out an hour ago. So the tropical storm watch for Jamaica has been discontinued. So that is good news. And we're grateful about this. This is not to say, oh, we won't get some rain, but, you know, we're happy about this. And we're grateful about this. So the Meteorological Service tropical storm watch for Jamaica has been discontinued. I see your comments, guys, and I will get into it. I just wanted to update those on the island specifically. You see Ian Wright's grandson at Stoke representing Jamaica or Trinidad or Grenada? Quite possibly. So many people asking for Grant and him to have a club. About 2 or 3 clubs. Winston Fowlin says, Simon, did King travel for the game? I believe so, my friend. Maybe Hector and Grant should look outside of England like Mariappa did. Yeah. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Wouldn't be a bad idea at all. I'm in full agreement there. Tropical storm watch that has been in effect for Jamaica is being discontinued with immediate effect as conditions associated with a tropical storm are no longer expected in respect of Tropical Storm Ian. Over the past several hours, the tropical storm has drifted a bit to the south, taking it farther from the coastline and placing the island outside of the projected range of tropical storm force winds. So you guys get that? At 2 o'clock, the center of tropical storm was located at latitude that would put it about 400 kilometers southeastern of Kingston and 405 kilometers from Moran Point. Ian is now moving towards the west near 26 kilometers an hour, and this general motion is expected to continue through tonight. A turn toward the northwest is forecast for Sunday, followed by a northwestern turn on Monday. Maximum sustained winds near 75 kilometers with high gusts. However, significant strengthening is forecast during the next few days. Ian is expected to become a hurricane late Sunday evening, while the southwest of Jamaica and moving farther away towards Cayman. Jamaica is currently well outside of the range of tropical storm force winds, which extend upwards to 95 kilometers. On its forecast track, the center of tropical storm is forecast to remain south of Jamaica, continuing moving westward away from the island through Saturday night and Sunday morning. Ian will then pass near or over the Cayman Islands on Sunday night and early Monday before approaching western Cuba on Monday. While the tropical storm remains over the west central Caribbean, it will continue to produce a large area of showers and thunderstorms that could impact the weather over Jamaica through Monday. Local heavy rainfall could produce flash floods, mainly over low-lying and flood-prone areas of southern and eastern parishes, and residents are urged to remain alert. Small craft operators, including fishers from Cray, are reminded to stay safe at the harbour. This is the final bulletin that will be issued on Tropical Storm Ian. Further information will be conveyed through news releases. So there we go. That's the updates. That's the latest update on Tropical Storm Ian. Give thanks, eh? Give thanks. Good evening, Simon. Some perspective on the genuine realistic standing of Jamaica. Is Leon Bailey the best Reggae Boyz have, along with Andre Blake and Ravel Morrison? I still think Anandi Lowe and Walter Boyd are up there. Adrian Morgan says 5 what I go get. No, sir. Simon, with all due respect, after what Mr. Paul did to Hector, he should not see the national team again. Mr. Campbell, I have a lot of respect for you. A lot of respect for you. And you are and should be commended for your loyalty towards Jamaican football and for the way that you've always commented and made your voice heard on this platform. And what I'll say to you in relation to Alvis Paul is this. To this very day, that is an allegation. And I don't have evidence of this being factual. Now, I will admit that Alvis, from 2021 to this year, has been subpar in Jamaican colors. Full stop. Supermarkets enjoying life, to be fair. May I tell you, everybody, I had to circle a shopping center 3 times just to find one parking spot. Everybody going, oh, storm, storm, storm. Just like when Jamaica had 1 case of COVID-19. Oh my God, COVID is here. Oh! Everybody jumping and raving over 1 COVID case in the country. Why people have to get so excited, man? Why? Why people have to get so excited? Have mercy. Honestly. Come on, guys. If you did your research, you would know. We as Jamaicans, we're not frail. We're not frail. We are not frail human beings. We eat with yam. We eat with banana. We're vaccinated from when they prep our primary school. So the way COVID affecting Italy and other countries in the world would not be the same magnitude as Jamaica because we're strong. So you can't say that because this is happening in Italy and this is happening in Egypt. It's going to be the same because we're 3 different countries, 3 different cultures, 3 different ways of life, and we eat 3 different things. We know how to take care of ourselves. And just like with a storm, it doesn't take a meteorologist or an expert to tell you that the wind speed of a depression, a storm, and a hurricane are completely different. You don't need to do that. You learn that from grade 4 social studies. And I'm telling you this because I was a social studies person for School Challenge Quiz. So I'm telling you this right now. If you do simple research, you follow the track, you will know exactly if there's a danger, if there's not. And I just think that it was just an overexcitement, honestly. It really was, honestly. And I think with COVID, it also was the same. I'm not saying being careless. You can be cautious. But that doesn't mean that you have to go into panic mode. Just like when you go on the road, right? You walk with your wallet, right? But that don't mean so you have to walk with $50,000 in your pocket, you be cautious and you walk with a few $1,000 upon you. Messi and the world will know about Andre Blake because the type of saves he'll be producing. That's, yeah. Jamaica face challenges and opportunities re Reggae Boy selection. How useful or a source of confusion or a database list created for the likes? Confusion? My database is not confusion. If I tell you somebody have Jamaican heritage, I'm of Jamaican heritage. Understatement. Will Jamaica be getting friendly with Iceland? Not for now. Not for now. In the future, possibly. Not for now. So, yeah. Not this year, my friend. I don't see it happening in this calendar year. Maybe next year, but I don't see it happening this year. So, yeah. But how will everybody be spending their weekend? You guys are going to watch some CPL cricket. You guys are going to be relaxing. What else do you guys have going on? Who is going to go to the game? Raise your hand right now if you're going to the game in New Jersey. Raise on a hand. Raise on a hand. Raise on a hand. Raise on a hand. That is true. Them love them. They enjoyed it the most out of everybody. Look, guys, I'm not saying we're not gonna get a little drizzle, but no need to panic. Blake, Brown, Bell, Maps, Lowe, Lambert, DJ, Ravel, Bailey, Gray, Antonio. Supermarkets love the overhype. They the only profit that profits. When Simon, I watched a video about Tommy Doyle. In the video, it was indicated that he wanted to play for it. In a recent stream, you stated that he doesn't want to. Could you provide some clarity? So, with Tommy Doyle, I'm not sure in terms of what specifically Cataract said. Was there interest? Yes, absolutely. But at this point in time, it's about Manchester City. CPL and Schoolboy Football is planning to watch, but the Storm. No, CPL I play this evening. CPL Trinidad versus Guyana. Yeah. Now Jamaica have it's the better game. We'll see. Ty Chevrolet says ticket in hand. All right, my boss. Message Reggae Boyz commentary on Facebook or Twitter or Facebook, and we'll sort out the logistics from there. But yeah. Anybody else going to the game? Raise on a hand. Raise on a hand. Raise on a hand. Raise on a hand. Let us know. Simon Hill, you think we're rocking the gold jersey or green on Tuesday? I think the gold one. Yeah, I got to the game too. What? Yeah, I got to the game, man. Look like plenty people. Like plenty people are going to the game. That's good though. You want out, you live in Queens? Okay. Big up. You like Antonia's speech? I'm going to watch it and give you guys my thoughts about it, all right? I'm going to watch it and give you guys my honest thoughts about it. People say ours players like Thomas are not old, but don't say Prem players like Burn and Ward are old. For me, Bobby in front three over Gray. Okay. All right. You have 10 minutes drive from the stadium. Oh, yeah, said to me. Okay. Interesting. Did you guys feel an earthquake? Because the European Mediterranean Seismological Center reported a 4.3 earthquake just north of Jamaica. You guys felt an earthquake? Because I certainly am not feeling an earthquake. So, how easy it will be for Jamaican fans to be weaned of the incessant JFF Ramadan Dole fan senses. Look, you guys, I don't even know how to answer that question. What I can say is that what you put your mind on, that is the important thing. Has his details at least been passed on to the coach? To be honest with you, no, it hasn't. I don't care his skin color either. His skin color doesn't matter to me as well, Romoy Reed. Emil Smith Rowe's skin color doesn't matter to me either. I'm sure St. Kitts and Nevis doesn't care that Cole Palmer is light complexion either. Wes Harding has not been called up for the Reggae Boyz, my friend. Wes Harding has not been called up for the Reggae Boyz. Not been called up. You're astonished at the lack of genuine regard in Jamaica fan circles that the tremendous job Canadian football has done, and what can we learn from them? Respect of the overseas players, regular camps, fans' engagement, and zero xenophobia. You think Canadian fans said Thomas Rosinski is a Poland reject? Do you think that said Simeon Jackson is a Jamaican reject? No. Not at all. They never said that. Big up Sir Richard of Canterbury. Just process that for a moment, guys. You know, something. So, yeah. All right, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak with you for an hour and 20. I'm going to listen to what Michael Antonio said and get back to you on that matter. Ricardo Thomas replaces Greg Lee in the squad. All right, guys. Take it easy. Be safe. And don't forget to subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary for more content, because a lots more are coming your way. Trust me, a lot more. Simon, previously I remember a video that eligible central midfielders, what was the title of that again? Central midfielders. I'll have to look that up, you know. I think it's 77 eligible central midfielders. Yeah. I should be a recruiter. Thank you. Simon, what was Antonio's speech concerning? I'm going to watch it now. I'm going to watch it now and then give you guys my thoughts about it. All right, guys? So, for those of you that tuned in late, watch this video over. I'm going to watch what Antonio said. I'll be back later today for another video. So stay tuned for a lot more right here on Reggae Boyz Commentary. All right, guys? Plenty more to come. Plenty more information. To stay tuned with everything. All right, guys? Be safe. And more videos to come. And if you haven't already, hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. Where will I go? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. And then after that, don't forget to subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary. This video is brought to you by Maypen Educational Center, catering to evening CSEC classes and chess classes. Call 876-337-7374 or 876-775-6692. We got you covered preparing for exams. Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105.